WWE Money and the Bank, July 6, 2024, from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, at Scotiabank Arena. These are the full predictions and previews. And let me just say real quick, they're not predictions. These are spoilers because it's going down just like that. I think I lost one prediction for the Forbidden Door. I didn't do the preview show, but I think I lost one prediction for the preview for the Forbidden Door, and it was actually the Chris Jericho match. I thought he was going to win, and looks like Hook and Shibata and Joe won. So I took an L on that, but I went like 13 out of 14 or something like that. So give me my props. I'm dusting my shoulders. You can't see it, but I'm dusting my shoulders. So how am I going to do for the Money in the Bank? It remains to be seen, but here is what is going down. In a 6-man tag team grudge match, you can call it a grudge match, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens go against any 3 members of the Bloodline: Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, or Jacob Fatu. Now, it would be nice to see the debut of Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Solo Sikoa. That I would love to see. I think they match up really well with Kevin Owens and Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. So that's, if you ask me, that's where I think they're going to go. But to me, it might be better for the story to have to Tonga Loa, Tama Tonga, and Solo go into this match, with Jacob Fatu playing a role in getting the Bloodline the win. So I am going to go with the Bloodline, the new Bloodline here. Maybe a debut of the new Wise Man, or a hint of the new Wise Man could go down as well. That remains to be seen because we haven't gotten to Friday SmackDown yet, so I'd like to see what's going to happen on Friday at SmackDown. But as of now, I'm going with the new Bloodline. I think it helps establish them as a threat and to be credible. That is what you want to do with this new Bloodline. I think they did a long way of establishing that when they put Paul Heyman through the table last Friday on SmackDown. I thought that was it was huge in making sure that the new Bloodline were taken serious going forward. And they was looking like Tookie Williams. They was looking like, is that what this is about? Like Wesley Snipes in New Jack City, man. They looking like threats. And I got it like that. So I'm going with the new Bloodline. For the Intercontinental Championship, champion Sami Zayn puts the title on the line against Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is using the best parts of Rick Steiner and Scott Steiner to his advantage. I mean, he even holds the microphone like Big Papa Pump. It's amazing to see. I think that if you had to ask me, I'd say it's time to pull the trigger on him. It's time to get him a championship. But with the WWE and the way that they kind of like stretch things out, and Triple H is in no rush, we are in the PLE era, the Paul Levesque era. So I do believe, and Braun Breaker has made a lot of enemies. Oh, as tough as it is for me, my instincts are telling me to go with Braun Breaker. So I just want to get that on record. Judges, on record, to say that I really, really want to go with Braun Breaker. But at the same time, I'm going to go with Sami Zayn officially, because I believe that Sami Zayn still has a lot to gain from this championship run, a lot to establish the Intercontinental title. And so I think he's gonna come away with the win. As hard as it is for me to say that, he's gonna come away with the win there. So I'm going with Sami Zayn. Last chance match for the World Heavyweight Championship. If Damian Priest wins, Rollins will never challenge for the title as long as Priest is champion. If Rollins wins, Priest must leave Judgment Day. Seth fucking Rollins against Damian Priest. That's what he's gonna be called on Netflix. Am I wrong? And I got this whole thing where I feel like they're doing the censorship. They're going hard on the censorship on USA and Fox, which they never really did on USA. Fox, I guess you can pick. You could say they did, but I think let me put my tinfoil hat on. Let me play the X-Files music. Word to Phil Marks, Pro Wrestling Times. But I really feel like they're doing it on purpose to establish that once they go to Netflix, it's going to be uncensored, and really make a big deal of that. And if you had to ask me, that's probably a Paul Heyman thing to do. Paul Heyman would definitely do that, but I'm getting sidetracked. Let's stay focused. Damian Priest, Seth Rollins, who's going to win? man, this is one of the tougher ones that I've ever had to pick, and it's been a while since I've had to do this for the WWE, where it's been like, man, I really don't know what's going to happen. Drew McIntyre is going to be a whole nother story, but Rollins, man, I'm going to say, because I feel like there could be a cash-in. Okay, so I'm not going to waste any more of your time. I'm going to say I'm going to go with Damian Priest. I think Liv Morgan has an option of helping. I think Finn Balor has an option of helping. I also have a feeling of Finn Balor trying to help and then it not working out. But if you ask me right now, I'm going to go with Damian Priest. But this is going to be close, folks, and I'm going to be on the edge of my seat looking to see how this one plays out, because I think there's going to be a big, big match, and there's going to be a lot at play. I don't know if it's going to be as overbooked as Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, but I think it's going to be close. Money in the Bank. Let's go with the men's championship match contract, Money in the Bank. You've got Yeeter of Worlds, Jey Uso, I'm Him, Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, Chad Gable, L.A. Knight, yeah, and Drew McIntyre. WWE historically has made these decisions on who wins the Money in the Bank for shock value, and then has spent time trying to make sense of why it was done, leaving a poor or non-existent conclusion in its wake. Fans are left like wanting more, but lately, gone are those days, and a great deal of detail has gone into the story, and they play it out so everything happens for a reason. So not only is there great detail and you got to pay attention to every frame, but there is a reason everything is happening in front of you. Very refreshing, a very welcomed change, if you will, because gone are the days of Damien Sandow winning and not being able to cash in successfully and then nothing happening with him. Now, whoever wins the Money in the Bank, not only is there an opportunity for them to be on television more and to rise in the ranks, but there is also a story that has been developed for them as well. So even when they don't have the Money in the Bank, they are in rarefied air. So I like that. My gut tells me I want to go with Drew McIntyre on this. He wins the briefcase. It makes sense. He tries to cash it in immediately to beat Priest or Rollins, and Punk goes 3 for 3 on costing McIntyre the title. Priest held the briefcase for a whole year, so I'm not mad at the idea of a quick cash in here. But, Jey Uso, it's either going to come down to Jey Uso or Drew McIntyre for me. I don't think they're going to go with Carmelo Hayes or Andrade, even though that would be interesting. I don't think they're going to go with that. So, if you had to put the bullet to my head, a gun to my head, I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre on this one, even though my gut wants to say Jey Uso. This is going to be another tough one, another tough call to make, but I'm going with Drew McIntyre. I'm going to live to regret that. For the women's championship match contract for Money in the Bank, Io Sky, Chelsea Green, Lyra Valkyria, Tiffany Stratton, Tip Time, Naomi, and Zoe Stark. This is another interesting one. Like I said, they do not do conclusions to matches for no reason. There's a great amount of detail and thought that has been going into these last matches that have been happening ever since WrestleMania. I do believe they have a plan ahead. To me, if you ask me, it seems to me this is the match for Tiff to win, Tiffany Stratton to win, going into SummerSlam with Nia Jax and Bayley. She has made some kind of a deal with Nia Jax, so it would be great suspense and great drama if Nia Jax is looking over her shoulder, wondering if she can trust Tiffany. If Bayley wins, then Tiff can come in and try and cash it at SummerSlam. That could give Tiffany Stratton the win at SummerSlam. It would be a big moment, and SummerSlam is the second biggest WWE PLE of the year. But Chelsea Green has shown that she deserves it. Honestly, she is my dark horse pick there because she deserves it. This woman works hard, y'all, and she's supposed to be like this bitchy heel, you know what I'm saying? And she still gets the crowd behind her. The crowd loves her. They were like cheering for her when she won the triple threat match on SmackDown. So I really, really want to say Chelsea Green. I think Naomi has a good argument to win as well, because Naomi and Bayley have been on doing this program where Naomi did kind of foreshadow, like, you know, if I win, I'm going to cash it in on you. She doesn't have to cash it in on Bayley. She could cash it in on the Raw champion, but she decided in her head at that moment, even though you're my friend, I'm going to cash it on you. So, man, if I had to guess, I'm going to live to regret this one too. These are so hard, y'all. These are so hard. And this is going to be recorded and put out on YouTube, so it's going to live forever, perpetually. Tiffany Stratton. I'm going with Tiffany Stratton. So Tiffany Stratton and Drew McIntyre, although a part of me wants to go with Chelsea Green and the Yeeter of Worlds, Jey Uso, I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre and Tiffany Stratton. Okay, that's my prediction. What are your predictions? What do you think's going to happen? This is probably one of the most unpredictable Money in the Bank matches that I've had to experience. So what do you guys think? Is it a foregone conclusion, or is it hard to predict? You guys let me know in the comments. Thumbs up on the way out. It is free, you guys. Thanks to everybody that is subscribed, all of my OGs, all of my new subscribers. Holla, holla. I couldn't do this without you guys. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's grow this community. The portal just gets bigger and bigger. I'm bringing out all kinds of stuff from the past, present, and the future, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. Wrestling fans, you try and stay united, and I'll see you soon.